This is iAllegedly. I'm your host, Dan. Got a great one for you today because I am in La Jolla, California. I am at the La Jolla Cove today. This is the Seal Cove, is what it's known for. It is where all the seals come and migrate. They rope it off certain times of the years when the seals are here. It's absolutely stunning. Just an absolutely beautiful place to come down to. Still in Florida, you can come down here and park for free. It's just crazy. Jerome Powell had a town hall meeting and completely lambasted everything and said that things will never be the same. So before I get into it, please take a second, hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, share this with all your friends and colleagues. If you guys want to join our email list, please join our email list. But look at this stunning place, guys. This is just absolutely beautiful. The waves come down here and break. Now, certain times of the year, you're allowed to swim here, which is very cool. And this place is loaded. There's sea life. People pull out the snorkels and do all that stuff. And it's just really, really cool. But, you know, you can just see the waves crashing against everything. I'll give you more of that than me. So, Jerome Powell had a town hall meeting and said that we will never go back to business pre-pandemic. So things will never be the same. Things will never be normal again. And you need to get yourself ready for that. So the people that are smart have prepared themselves for that. And one thing I've talked about before was the Great Depression. The Great Depression, okay, saw more millionaires come out of that. Yes, people were destroyed, people lost their businesses, but so many good things came out of that and so many good industries. And Jerome Powell, without saying it, said there'll be different opportunities that will come out of this. So the story is below, but guys, what can you sell? What can you do differently? What in your industry can you do without having an office, without having trucks? Look at the writing on the wall. Look at places like Wendy's that have gotten rid of all their franchisees. Not all of them, but they've added 700 ghost kitchens that you can be part of if you want to be a franchisee and not have the overhead of a building and limited employees. So think about what you can do for that. But I think he's right. I think that you're going to see a lot of cool stuff that are going to change in short order, guys. Now this is very nice, beautiful area. You've got the waves crashing against the rocks. Just absolutely just stunning. Just an absolutely peaceful place. Look at those waves out there. Isn't that just beautiful? Man, if I lived down here, I'd get nothing done. I'll tell you that. Share the beach with the seals, guys. Okay? It's really overcast down here today, but it's just absolutely just breathtaking. I mean, it really is. You've got surfers way out there. You've got seals on the rocks just hanging out. Just a really, really stunning, peaceful, cool place to hang out. Now, our next story comes from the New York Times. It's talking about PPP loans. They anticipate that 15% of all PPP loans were fraudulent. Okay? That's amazing, guys. $76 billion of your tax money was wasted with people that were fake. Came up with fake companies, fake documentation, stole the money. Well, how come these people aren't in jail for that? That's what they should be. I mean, this is absolutely unbelievable that, you know, you're gonna see as things unfold, not now, not next year, but in like 3 years, you're gonna see indictments, you're gonna see things like that, where it's just gonna become nothing but problems for these people, because eventually some bureaucratic group is gonna start auditing these people and find out that this guy didn't have a company or locate him or something. Now, again, last week we talked about criminals that were in prison that got PPP loans, and you can't make that up. And I've told you about, you know, coffee shops and different ridiculous things where they lied and said they had 60 employees and there's never been more than 4 people in there. But this is absolutely horrific, guys, because there's people, and if you read the comments, there are people that have lost everything, lost their entire livelihood, lost their home, lost everything because they couldn't get a $45,000, $50,000, $60,000 loan. And there's criminals out there stealing from all of us. here's a story that affects everybody, personally, business, absolutely everybody. And that is, there is a massive drought in the West Coast. And it's unfolding kind of quietly, which is crazy because first things first, Lake Mead is at its lowest level ever. The Colorado River is dwindling down to nothing. Hoover Dam this week just said that they're at the lowest level that they can record. Lake Oroville, Placerville, all these different places that provide drinking water, provide farmers' water. It's just a real problem. Now, already we're starting to see that crops are starting to suffer. Quantity of soybeans, quantity of corn that we're seeing from these places have dropped off substantially. And they keep records, and I've got an article for you can take a look at, but you're dropping percentage points, okay? And if you've noticed, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when we bought corn lately, it's kind of weak lately. So kind of living through this and watching this. So you're gonna see a real problem with this because, you know, real small story that was sent to me this morning was, hey, you need to start rationing water, you need to start saving water, and it was just from some advocacy group. It wasn't from the Metropolitan Water District. Now, the Metropolitan Water District in Southern California is very powerful. They can shut your water off, they can dictate rates. It's going to go sky high. So think about this. If you are in any type of business, if you're a restaurant and you pay your own water bill, you have a house and you pay your own water bill, these prices are going to go sky high. And again, you know, if you rent and the landlord's lucky enough to pay your water bill, good for you. But you're going to see rationing of everything. They were talking about how it could run you 75 cents to take a shower. That's insane, okay? So share your thoughts. Do you see a real problem with the water shortage? I do, okay? I think it's just incredible that this has been going on. And now for a couple months, it's been building, but all this other stuff with the economy and everything else that we're sidetracked with has really not taken the forefront on this. And we've got, you know, the recall election here in California and all these other things that are sidelining stuff like this, but we need to be concerned that we're gonna have water for crops. We need to be concerned that our houses and schools and manufacturing and people are gonna have water in general. So let me know what you guys think. So the seawall's closed today, but normally you can walk out there when the surf is not bad and you can go all the way out and around and it's loaded, and then, you know, you'll see the waves crash. Just a very, very cool thing, but it's definitely too strong a surf today to do that. Now this next story affects every single one of us because it's housing. And again, the first bubble that I think is gonna crack is housing. And there's a man named Jerry Howard who is the president of the National Association of Home Builders. And he was out getting interviewed this week talking about how the supply chain is broken and they've got to fix it immediately. That being said, what you're seeing that houses, the average house is $363,000 across the country. That's crazy, first of all. It seems incredibly low, but it's also up 23% from last year. 23%. Now, if you guys don't think that things are gonna, that's at the top of the market, you're crazy. But they're having problems getting different things that take to make homes. Home buying sentiment has dropped over 5%. Wells Fargo, all these other agencies are stepped up saying, hey, there's a real problem with houses. You're gonna see housing starts off, which they were, about 12%, and it's only going to get worse. So what does that mean for everything? When these moratoriums end, you're gonna have real problems. But the supply chain issue, when it comes to products, people think of a house as lumber. No, you've got everything that goes in it, from wiring, fasteners, cement, conduit. I mean, everything that's involved in that is absolutely wrong. And if you miss something, I mean, think about this. I've seen projects growing up where somebody misordered something, didn't order the right laminate to seal something, and the cabinet sat there for a month for these people. Ridiculous, okay? And that's what you're seeing, but you can't buy things and get things done. It's creating a real problem. And as people's money starts to run out, which it is, and that's the other thing, is that home buyers are saying that people are doing something that they did back in 06, 07, and 08, which is, hey, I've got $3,000 for this project. I had a contractor friend of mine would tell me that back in those days, he would have people that would pull out their lines of credit and say, here's what I've got left over. I've got $2,760. That's all I can spend on this. But they're borrowing that against their house. So that being said, we're at times like that again. So if you think things are great, they're just going to turn around and we're going to see real estate go up another 20%, it's crazy, okay? Lunacy, okay? Share your thoughts, guys. Here's some food-related stories we're gonna wrap all into one. And you know the Salt Bay guy, the guy that has the steakhouse, he drops the salt and does the, you know, on his elbow. He's got the ponytail, his hair's all greased back, he's got the sunglasses on. Well, he's got a real problem. His company got sued for misclassifying his cooks. What he did was he brought these people in from Turkey and then called them managers and didn't pay them overtime. And they'd work all these extra hours and they never got paid any extra. So he cheated them out of this money. Manhattan Federal Court ruled in their favor and he's got a real problem. He's got to pay for this stuff. Now, here's what was fun. You guys, women find this guy absolutely fantastic and stunning and oh my God, he's so handsome and he's so gorgeous and da da da. You know, okay, I don't get it at all. Explain that to me. And number two, here's the thing that floored me and why I'm talking about this story. Do you know how much it costs to get that steak, to have that clown walk out and go, okay, $275 for one steak. Oh my God, for $275, guys, I'll pull weeds at your house, okay? And bring the Salt Bay stuff. So share your thoughts, guys. Is that outrageous? I think it is. Now, there's another food thing that's kind of outrageous, and that's my son works for Starbucks. He walked into his location yesterday and worked there an hour and a half. He had a 7.5-hour shift plan because they don't want to pay you for 8. So he had a 7.5-hour shift. 90 minutes into his shift, they said, we need you to go to XYZ location because they're short-staffed. So he has to get in the car, drive, and work at another location. Doesn't know anybody, shows up there, they're short-staffed, and he has to work there. 2 hours into that shift, they call him and they say, listen, we need you to move to this other location in Orange and drive there. So he gets in the car and drives there. So 3 different Starbucks locations because of the labor problems in a 7.5-hour shift. You cannot make this up, guys. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So, you know, share your thoughts, guys. Again, he's a kid. He's going to school, you know, working 2 jobs, doing all this stuff, but that's insanity. Yes, they paid him for windshield time. Yes, they got him gas. All the stuff I asked for that I would have driven down there and gotten for him. But that being said, he got all that stuff. So, again, ridiculous. That's the shape of labor right now. So, another thing, here's a little bit of trivia for you guys. He used to work at Dunkin' Donuts, and I never knew this, okay? Dunkin' Donuts, when you go there, have you ever noticed the coffee is so good? It's just, oh my God, it's just so rich and so beautiful and fantastic. But the donuts are really weak. Well, that's because they don't make the donuts there. They make the donuts off-site and ship it to the individual stores. So when you get your donuts, they're hours old, okay? Aha. Oh. Ho, ho. Okay? So that being said, that's why Dunkin' Donuts taste so fantastic. Okay? Awful. Anyways, the other thing is, I always wanted to tell this story to you guys. And that's my son, when he was in high school and he played sports, he was a real pain where he would call me at the last minute and say, oh, I need to go buy this, I need to go buy that. And it would never be, could you just give me some warning, son? Can you just give me, if you need new pants, you need a new bat, you need anything, just let me know. Sure, Dad, I'll do that. Well, it got to the point that, you know, we lived close to the school. Within a mile of the school, he could walk, ride his bike, get a friend's ride, whatever, but he had baseball gear. And I got sick of him getting lazy and bringing his baseball gear home and not, you know, getting to school on his own. So I said, you know what, if you do this to me one more time and I'm going to become an Uber driver. I recommend this to all your parents out there because this totally worked. It's got to never happen again. I was going to become an Uber driver and set it so that I would get in the driveway, be the closest driver to him, that he'd have to pick me and pay me to drive him anywhere. So, needless to say, I got set up, the threat, everything totally worked. I never had to do it, but he was much more responsible after that. So parents, try that. Become an Uber driver and tell your kids, pay me and I'll drive you wherever you want. Share your thoughts, guys. Now, this is the other side of La Jolla Cove where I was at earlier. Gonna walk down to the beach. It's got all these different walkways. People surfing over there. It's got the grass area, people hanging out. Very cool. Just absolutely beautiful. You know, when you walk through a town like this, there's so many cool little shops, but this affluent city is no different than any other city where it's been really hit. And you know, you've got vacancies right here. This one, you've got a restaurant behind me over there that's for lease. You got this shop here, another one for lease. This one right here. But you're seeing this more and more and more. Now, a couple things. Now, the CEO of Garcetti, which is a supermarket out of New York, Juan Capistrano, I think I butchered that guy's name, but he was on TV yesterday talking about how inflation is absolutely an assault against not the big companies, but every American, and that it is really hurting people that are most vulnerable for this. And something needs to be done because he's seen wages have to go up. He's seen prices with suppliers have to go up. By the way, here's another vacancy for you guys here in this lush place. But he's seeing it it's affecting everybody. And as people make more money and the prices go up beyond that they're having just a real problem getting by. So something has to be done, and he just doesn't know what that's going to be to solve that problem. So anyways, next thing, Neil Kashkari, the president of the Minneapolis Fed. Neil was at a symposium, and he was saying, 4 or 5 years ago, I thought crypto was okay, and now I think it's 95% fraud. So if you think people like Neil Kashkari talking negatively about crypto is not going to affect it, you guys have a real problem coming with all you crypto guys out there that think it's just going to, go under somebody's radar. For this guy, here in California, we know this guy really well. He ran for governor here and got absolutely slaughtered. I think that, the monkey with the two cups banging them together, that guy would have done better than Neil Kashkari did, okay? He just got absolutely slaughtered. Anyways, this guy's now telling everybody that crypto is an absolute scam. 95% of it's a scam. So, again, guys, this is your hero. This is the guy that was on your team a while ago, and now he's not. So share your thoughts on that and what you think about this. But a lot of places to walk down here too, just beautiful. Right beyond that building is where I was at the beach earlier. It's nice. When I end the videos, I always like to end it with one light story, and today we're going to do two. Okay, so first one is out of Wilmington, Delaware. There is such a labor shortage for bus drivers that the city, the school district, has developed a plan, which I wish I would have known about this when my kid was in school, because I would have taken them up on this. If you don't use the school bus and you drive your kid to school, we'll give you $700 a month. Hey kid, look at the Mercedes I'm driving because of you. I mean, think about it, $700 a month. You can't make that up. So I had no idea how much it was, but I can't imagine imagine a bus driver. I mean, what a great job. Hey kids, get in, let's go. I mean, but that is at a shortfall, okay? So that being said, oh, look at this one. This is that restaurant that's available. You too could have a La Jolla restaurant, okay? So that being said, the final one is out of NBC News, and this is real, okay? United Airlines has issued a mandate to the company that if you have unruly passengers, please, under no circumstances should you duct tape them to the seats. Please try not to do that, okay? Could you imagine that memo? hey, I know we got some degenerates on board today, but please don't duct tape them to the seats. That's funny, man. You know, what is wrong with this world that they're duct taping people to seats? So, have you ever seen that? I mean, we've all been on planes and seen craziness and seen, you know, the belligerent, you know, booze hound that's, you know, gets on and just starts slamming drinks, you know, like he's never going to get another one. And, but that being said, have you ever seen somebody get duct taped? You know? Anyways, share your thoughts. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share it with all your friends and colleagues. If you want to join the Patreon list to get more access to me, please do that. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.